Some of you may know that I got a little bit of an injury a few months ago, and that's why I've kind of disappeared over the past couple months. I ended up colliding with another player during a soccer game, and that resulted in a concussion, whiplash, and a broken nose. This whole experience has been a lot more mentally challenging than I could have ever expected. I tried to document as much of it as I could, and now that I'm finally able to edit again, I can share it with you. Alright, so today I'm going to sit down and talk to you a little bit about how my recovery is going and how the last few weeks have been for me. So today marks exactly 1 month since I initially got hit and started to experience symptoms. So I kept playing and being active and working for the first couple weeks, and then I ended up hitting my nose again. I think I just made it all worse. So the past 2 weeks, I've literally just been sitting around barely doing anything. It's extremely frustrating because I expected to heal a lot faster and be able to go out and start doing more, but my body literally won't let me, which is just the most frustrating thing ever. But in the end, your brain is one of the most important things that you have, so I really do need to prioritize resting and making sure it's fully recovered now and suffering a little bit in the short term to have long-term health and a well-functioning brain. As of today, it's now been about 5 weeks since I initially got injured. And honestly, the recovery is going by much slower than I expected. So I have an appointment with a sports medicine physician right now, so we'll see what they say, and hopefully we can come up with a good plan for recovery. So today I went to see a sports medicine physician, and after going over all of my symptoms, we determined that I need to go back to stage 1 as they aren't getting better and I'm still struggling with basic things like going for a walk and just like housework. I definitely keep pushing myself too much and I keep just setting myself back even further. It's just really frustrating. These past few weeks have been filled with a lot of sitting around doing nothing. This was actually extremely challenging. I spent a lot of time in a dark room and could not manage to even go on my phone. I started to feel extremely isolated and felt like I was missing out on life. So today officially marks 6 weeks since I first got my injury. So my concussion symptoms really have not been improving that much. The morning starts off okay, and then I think I keep doing way too much activity, and then by midday I'm just not doing well. So that has been very frustrating. And I had an appointment with my sports medicine physician today who's amazing, and she's pretty much telling me to stop and go back to doing nothing because 6 weeks later and still no improvements. So that's not the best news. I also brought up to her that my nose has been bothering me still. It's like 5 weeks later at this point, last week. And she decided to send me for an x-ray on my nose just to rule everything out. And I just went for that last night. and this morning I went to see her and just found out my nose is actually broken. So 6 weeks later, and I'm just finding out now that my nose is broken, which is great. Anyway, we're just trying to figure out next steps right now. It's honestly, I'm normally a very active person, and I have a lot going on in my life. Like, I'm taking classes right now, and I volunteer as an assistant soccer coach. I play soccer myself. I have another job, and I have YouTube, and I pretty much can do nothing right now. Like, I tried to edit videos for like 20 minutes and my head is pounding, and I'm trying to work through it, and I'm just setting myself further back. I was active every single day, whether that was soccer or the gym or even going on walks, and I literally can't even do that right now. I don't want to complain because I have so many other amazing things in my life, and like, this is just a short period of time to focus on healing and recovery and getting back to my everyday life. I guess it's just been a lot of doing nothing for me, and I've just gotten so frustrated because I'm not making progress. Like, I just keep going back, and it feels feels like there's no end, and it really does just make you have more of an appreciation for when you are fully healthy and capable of doing everything. And it is really hard to remind yourself to be grateful of just such normal things when you're healthy. It sucks, but it's just one little period in my life. So today marks 8 weeks since I first got injured, and it's been horrible. It's just been so much worse than I expected. But I just started taking a lot of supplements 2 nights ago, so we'll see if they start to work. But initially, I struggled with even reading a book and going on walks. It became extremely challenging trying to find stuff to do. I learned to enjoy even simple things like washing the dishes because it was something I was actually able to do to pass the time. I spent days doing puzzles and coloring, as they were some of the only activities I was capable of doing on some of the tougher days. I became so desperate for a solution. I tried nearly everything, even including cutting out caffeine and trying the keto diet. And finally, I made the decision to head up north for extreme peace and quiet. So here's an update on 10 weeks post-injury and how I'm doing and what I've been up to. I'm definitely better than I was before, but recovery is still going slow, and I'm still not really capable of doing a lot of things. Initially, I was hearing the sounds of sirens non-stop, and now it's not really sirens anymore, but there is like a dull, like buzzing sound almost, which isn't fun. Horrible neck and back pain, dizziness, very high heart rate, just from walking even, sensitive to motion, sound, yeah, just a whole variety of symptoms. So that's why I've been absent the past couple months, haven't been able to edit any of my videos, and just really I really just ended up losing motivation after a certain point and really not seeing an end in sight. So yeah, after I was filming a lot initially, and then I think just the past couple weeks I've really kind of stopped. Being here up north and out of the city has been amazing for my healing and recovery, as there's way less stimulation than what you're getting in the city, and it's so peaceful and quiet up here. For the most part, it's just noise of birds chirping and yeah, the occasional sound of mosquitoes buzzing in your ear, but yeah, it could be worse. Obviously, you only have one brain for the rest of your life, so I really want to make sure I properly take care and heal it without trying to push myself too much like I may have initially, and eventually be able to get back to all of my regular activities and enjoying life to the fullest. For those of you that have stuck around and are watching this video right now, I just want to say thank you so much, and I appreciate all of you, and hopefully I start being more active on here again soon. Okay, I'm getting eaten by bugs, so yeah, that's it.
I just got back from the gym and drinking a protein shake now. I'm really trying to build up my strength again because I definitely lost a lot of it over the past few months. Honestly, going up north was probably the best thing that I could have done for my recovery. I'm feeling so much better now, and I'm back to going to the gym every day, trying to work on building up my strength because I haven't worked out the past few months, so I've definitely lost a lot of muscle over this time period. But yeah, I'm back in the gym now and looking forward to building my strength back up and getting back to my level of health prior to my injury. I'm looking forward to what the future brings, and I'm fully going to appreciate everything that I'm capable of doing now.
Now that I'm finally feeling so much better again, I'm going to share some of the things that I found to be the most helpful in my recovery. Overall, I tried to reduce inflammation and to regulate my nervous system in order to allow my body to heal properly. So the first thing I prioritized was getting proper sleep every night and trying to go to sleep early, because I do have a very difficult time sleeping in. So if I go to sleep early, then it allows me to get a little bit of extra sleep each night. And I would try to start off my day with a very high protein diet, and I pretty much was trying the keto diet for a little bit, which was also challenging for me because I normally have oatmeal every morning. So instead I was doing eggs and avocado and other protein sources and vegetables. And I actually found this diet to be quite effective, even though I did not really enjoy doing it. Another thing that I did was cutting out caffeine, which again was extremely challenging for me because I have been having coffee every day for as long as I can remember. So cutting it out was definitely challenging, but I do think it was very important in my recovery to try to help regulate my nervous system. I also started including some supplementation, and the most effective supplements that I found were high quality fish oil and magnesium, specifically magnesium L-threonate, because it crosses the blood-brain barrier. And following a concussion, you have a drop in magnesium as well as zinc levels. So trying to supplement with those post-concussion was helpful to try to get those levels back to normal. And I did already touch on the importance of being outside and in nature and just how healing that has been for me. I've also slowly been working at increasing my activity levels. Initially, I was struggling to even go for a walk, but over time I kept building up my threshold and going on a little bit longer walks. And then I also started incorporating a lot of yoga and home workouts, and eventually got to the point where I could start lifting weights again. Another thing that was a game changer for me was focusing on my neck and doing some neck stretches and strengthening exercises. If you look at the symptoms of whiplash versus concussion, they're very comparable. So I think it got to a point where the concussion was healed, but I still had lasting whiplash symptoms. So getting that under control really just changed everything in terms of recovery for me. So my neck pain and crepitus is the final lasting symptom that I can't really seem to get rid of right now. But I think with time and continually doing my exercises, it will get better. And I also did try some alternative treatments, such as red light therapy, resonance therapy, craniosacral therapy, and going to a Chinese medicine practitioner. And while some of them may have been effective, it is hard to tell whether it is the direct cause or just correlation. And I already was starting to get better as I incorporated them, but it didn't hurt to try, and I definitely did find some relief right after using some of these therapies. And then the last thing, obviously, is time. Your body is very good at healing itself, but everything does take time, so having a little bit of patience and a positive mindset is very important. So while I'm doing everything that I possibly can to speed up my recovery, the only thing left to do is wait and give it more time until I'm fully recovered and back into my normal